Are you thirsty right now? Because I'm not. I have a 1-gallon jug of water sitting on my desk. You can ask anybody I work with. It's here each and every day. The reason I hydrate so aggressively is because it is a critical part of my health routine to maximize my daily success. The ideas I'm prepared to share with you here today help me lose over 60 pounds. I don't talk about this often, but in high school, I was the fat kid. I used to be 230 pounds. I played football, was a defensive end, did not get many sacks in my career. I'm currently a 170 pound athletic account executive working in software sales, cold calls for a living. And I have a daily health routine so that I can feel good about myself and have as much energy as possible so that I can perform at the highest level. Think about your favorite athlete. Do you think they monitor and track and care about the information they put in their mind, in the food and liquids they put in their bodies? Of course they do, because they are in constant competition. If you are in business like I do, business is 24/7. It is an infinite pursuit. You're competing against the world. Somebody is trying to take what you have right now. So if you neglect to care about what you're putting in your body, then you're naturally at a disadvantage. I feel more energized right now sitting at the office at 6:27 p.m. than I did waking up this morning at 5 a.m. because of the steps I'm prepared to share with you here today. Let me talk about my exact routine, the nuance to it, and then I'm gonna share my thoughts on the information I put in my mind, because I think that's something that's not talked about enough. And I'm also gonna talk about alcohol here today and me being sober for the last month. I wake up Monday through Friday every morning at 5 a.m. And a key component to this is my phone is not in my bedroom. Most people have their bed in a bedroom. And if your phone is within arm reach of your bed, you're gonna be more inclined to look at it before sleep. And if you get blue light exposure, I'm not gonna sit here and say you're not gonna sleep as well as I do, but I find that when I don't look at my phone an hour before sleep, I have a better night's sleep and I'm able to fall asleep faster. So what I do is my phone needs to be away from my bed, first and foremost. That will allow you to wake up earlier. So I wake up at 5 a.m., my phone is in my kitchen, so it forces me to get out of bed. There's no sitting there hitting the snooze, forces me to get out of bed. I instantly go and hit my phone, I turn off the alarm, I go to the bathroom, and what I've been doing recently, within 5 minutes of waking up, I go downstairs in my building and there's an espresso machine and I get a shot of espresso. And the reason I do this is not because of what you think it's gonna be. I don't actually need the caffeine. I do it so that I can take a sip of the coffee. I go back up to my room. I have athletic greens. I pour that in my water. I sit there and then I start reading a book. Right now I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People. And the reason the coffee shot comes into play here is so that I can go poop. I need to go poop so that I can then go work out. So by 5:30, I'm out the door. I have my running shoes on. I ran 4 miles this morning. I have logged 15 miles this week. I'm training for a marathon like I talked about. If you wanna work out seriously, you need to have a goal, first and foremost. You have something you're working towards. And additionally, you must be willing to wake up early, because if you're working out in the evenings, then you have no time to yourself, which I believe is important. So what I'm doing, working out from 5:30 to 6:30, I get back, and this is when the real routine starts. I take a 5-minute shower. My watch allows me to track the timer, so I'll put on 5 minutes on my clock, and it will start buzzing when I hit the 5 minutes, because I don't want to be in there too long. I get out, I dry off, and I write down my goals. I get out my journal and I write down my goals. This takes 30 seconds. It just gets you in the right headspace to go attack the day. Once my goals are written down, I will go sit on my balcony. I have an office chair on my balcony, 14th floor overlooking downtown Dallas, and I'll sit there and meditate. I usually meditate between 10 to 12 minutes. I don't set a timer. I track how long I go for, and it's usually around 10 minutes. Once I'm done meditating, I'm gonna go back inside. I'm gonna get my hair ready with some product. I'm gonna spray myself with some cologne, and I'm gonna put on a shirt and an outfit that makes me feel good about myself, because then I'm gonna leave for work. I'm gonna leave for work. I'm gonna go into work. I'm gonna be working during the day, and I'm not gonna talk about that routine because I made videos on that. But when I get home, this is really important. I'm gonna get home, and then I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna work on my side hustle. And then I'm gonna put my phone away around 8 p.m. And I'm fortunate enough to have a sauna, a hot tub, and a cold plunge in my building. This is new to me. I live in a very nice building. I pay a lot in rent, and it's well worth it. Kristaps Porzingis actually used to live in my building last year before he got traded away from the Mavericks. I'm gonna go sit in the sauna for 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna do the cold plunge for 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna go outside and do a dry off with no towel. And you start shivering and you legitimately feel like you're hallucinating, but it resets your mind. All stress goes away. I do that, and most people say cold plunge gives you energy, and it does. I do that and I go back upstairs by 9 p.m., immediately fall asleep. I'm not worried about anything, immediately go to sleep, and then I wake up and do it again. That is the skeleton for the health routine. Some of the nuances are food, and let me talk about that right now. And the reason I'm making a video is I'm not some guy with a six pack. You wouldn't see me and say, wow, that guy's an absolute just brick shit house. I'm just a normal guy who tries to be healthy so that I can have more energy throughout the day. And the biggest factor to this is sleep, number one. And I just talked about the macro skeleton routine so that you can get your sleep. Next is the food you put in your body. Over time, I've realized food dictates how I feel. I used to eat a lot of chicken fingers. I used to eat a lot of pizza, a lot of ranch. I love those things, and I love them even more today. But I cannot have them because they don't make me feel good. I'm not able to perform at a high enough level. So I eat the same thing every day. Every morning, I wait until about 10 a.m. and I eat. That's the first time I eat during the day, and I eat oatmeal. I bring it into the office. You can ask anybody I work with. I make it every day in the microwave. I eat oatmeal, just a half cup of oatmeal, and I put in fresh blueberries after it's made, fresh blackberries, fresh raspberries, a banana, and some granola. I'll mix it up and I'll eat it. That will sustain me until about noon, 1 p.m. And when I come into the office, I also bring food. I eat very simple quinoa, a piece of chicken breast that I put in my pressure cooker, and an avocado with a little bit of hot sauce. I'll eat that, and then that will sustain me until dinner. I'll either drink a protein shake, or I'll go buy some food like a Chipotle, or I'll just not eat. A couple of foods that I cannot eat any longer, I think I might be lactose intolerant, so I avoid cheeses. So I really try, I like cheese, but I really try and don't do cheese. I try and avoid ranch because I love ranch, and I try and avoid anything fried because it makes me feel bloated, especially during the day. We had pizza catered today. And I'm thinking about this, I'm saying, who's making these decisions? Because it's gonna diminish the productivity. I used to do something called Pasta Thursday. Me and all the SDRs, we'd walk across the street, we'd get this fresh pasta that just made right there. You decide what you want in your skillet. We'd eat it, and it was a known phenomenon that you would crash at 2, 3 p.m. People would go sit in the massage chairs and just be done for. If you're eating breads or heavy pastas, pizza for lunch, you simply cannot compete at the level of someone who's not doing those things. You will not have the energy. If you're worried about a bunch of coffee throughout the day, the reason you're doing that is because you're either not getting enough sleep or not putting the right foods in your bodies. Or lastly, not getting enough water. That's why I have a gallon jug sitting on my desk, and I have a cup strategically because it allows me to fill up the cup and just chug it. And you can drink more water that way, because if you have a 40-ounce bottle, you simply will not drink as much as someone who has a 3.8 liter bottle on their desk. Next, as we think about information in your mind, this is probably the most important. I think what you put in your mind shapes your actions, and it determines how you feel. So if I don't have social media on my phone, I guarantee I post more on social media than you. I don't have social media on my phone. I have it on my laptop. I have a camera. I record stuff, and I have editors, and I upload my video files to Dropbox. They edit them, put them in Dropbox. So when I'm on my computer, I can then go post stuff. I'm not looking at short form videos. It kills attention span. So if you have TikTok on your phone, delete it, unless you're only watching my videos, which will help you. But be very mindful what information you're putting in your head. Where are you getting your sources of information? Who are you listening to? Are you surrounding yourself with other motivated, like-minded people like me who want to be successful, who want to share a positive message? Or are you listening to drama or people talk about other people that has no bearing on your success and your outcomes? I try and absorb positive content in the form of books, How to Win Friends and Influence People, for example. That's what I'm reading right now to start my day. I listen to podcasts. My favorite right now is All In Podcast. And I watch a lot of YouTube because I like to make YouTube and I like to contribute to the community. I'm only listening to people that I respect, I admire, or that make me feel better about myself than watching. If you're watching stuff that you don't feel better about or more certain after watching, then cut it out. Next, alcohol. Alcohol is something that I go back and forth on a lot because I view it as a social lubricant. It's something that enhances the social experience It makes you less anxious around other people. It perhaps leads to better experiences and conversations. I have not drinking alcohol in a month. About 2 days before I turned 27, back in August, I stopped drinking. So I have been sober since I turned 27. And the reason I did this is when you say I've been sober or I don't drink, it comes across as a negative connotation. People think, well, why don't you drink? You must have a problem. I never had a problem. I would drink maybe once a week max, usually 1 to 3 times a month. But when I did drink, I went hard. And I'd wake up, I'd feel hungover, I'd feel less certain about myself, and I would start to feel it on Monday. If I don't drink during the weekends, I have more productive weekdays. There's just no doubt about it because I get better sleep, I'm not eating stupid food, I'm not making poor decisions, I'm not doing things that then takes up my headspace the next day, and I'm able to make the most of my mornings, even on the weekends. Even if I wake up at 7, 8 a.m., I still at least feel good enough to say, I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna go talk to a few thousand people today, and I wanna go help other people as well. That is my personal health routine. Everyone's body's different, and I'm not saying what's right for me is what is right for you, but I promise you, if you start getting more sleep, if you start working out with a goal and have an objective, I'm gonna go run a marathon. I might even do a 50-mile race. I want to be, if you guys think I should run a 50-mile race, let me know in the comments below because I really have been trying to push myself to do that. And if you're focused on the hydration piece and the right foods, I'm not saying meal prep all week, figure out how can you do it efficiently. I have a pressure cooker, so I just throw a piece of chicken in, press a button, boom, oatmeal, just right there, boom. Things that are very quick, it's fuel, you're fueling your body, you're not sitting down for meals. And if you can be very transactional in that sense, you're not eating the foods you love, but you'll love how you'll feel. And that's what counts. And that will lead you to have more success, have more energy, and feel more awake at 6:38 p.m. in the evening than you did when you wake up at 5 a.m. If you found value in today's video, smash the like button below. Let me know down in the comments if you think I should do the 50-mile race. Subscribe to the channel now. Talk to you in the next video. Bye.